welcome back, man, to another edition of More to Live For. Man, let me take these shades off, man, so y'all know where I'm coming from tonight, man. Very big project, man. Very big project, man. Make no mistakes about it, man. When it comes to this, man, that's why I do it for this map that's behind me, man. So this right here, man, this for all the 252, man. All the Pitt County, all the Greenwood, but especially the North, especially Old Back Toes Road. Shout out Sandtree, shout out Vale Drive, Pam Drive, Vandermeer. Shout out to River Road, and shout out to every square inch of Bethel. This for the North, man. So let's get right into it. As you can see by the thumbnail, man, that's a very big deal, man. 60 days in, man. You probably just seen it. Probably just went off, no matter where you at or when you watching this. But before we get into this, man, make sure you go ahead and like, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. And just like that, we can get right into it. So tonight, man, I was fortunate enough, man, to be able to link up with an actual participant from the show. So I'm gonna bring him to the stage, man. Let him introduce himself, and we can connect the dots and go from there, man. What's good with you, homie, man? Welcome to the show.
I was about to say I can't introduce myself with that little bitty screen. I got a big head. I got a big head.
Oh yeah, we all
catch me on the right day. My head might touch both sides of the thing. Nah, what's good with it though, man? My name Dirty Weather 916. I'm the founder of the prison genre. I'm a content creator. When I say prison genre, I'm talking about YouTube and everybody. Like there's a lady, Erica Kane. Matter of fact, ain't Speaker Box from? I'm gonna get off top. Ain't Speaker Knocker from like Carolina or something?
Something like that. If we're talking about the same one I'm thinking of.
Speaker Knocker. Shout out Speaker Knocker. But anyhow, back on. So, I coined myself the founder of the prison genre in general, but I can say that over time, like. A lot of people came and took off and took over to where, I'm like the grandpa of it now.
Right.
But coming out of prison, that was one of my motivations to create a platform big enough for all that follow behind me to use as a stepping stone, because we as prisoners coming home, our voice is minimized by our opportunities given, and we got to make them. I'm one of the people that came home and created it and made opportunity. And I watched my dream get bigger than me real quick. Like anybody that has a prison channel, there was a time when it didn't exist on YouTube. Right. So I can say now, everybody that's followed in my footsteps, hey man, good looking out, keeping it going.
Hey, I definitely heard that, man. Hey, and you actually, man, dropped some game on me, man. I definitely didn't know that, you actually, on the front line with pushing out that content. But I'm glad that you mentioned that, man, because a lot of my viewers may not know that, I saw your intro to the show, and you did mention that you did, 17 years, in California or whatever. So I think that's kind of like a different look, for the show in general, to have somebody that actually did, some real time in a real prison.
Yeah, yeah.
So before we get to talking about the show, that much, like you said, man, you frontline general when it comes to the prison genre of YouTube. But
yeah,
what was it, man, about you, man, that because I did my research, man, and I seen that you actually, this ain't your first rodeo when it comes to like reality TV or whatever. I seen you on an episode of Divorce Court and the Steve Wilkos show, So that kind of get drawn to this like reality TV lifestyle.
You know what? After the first two, I wouldn't have considered myself like a reality TV buff kind of thing. I wouldn't have done it. But after this one, like 3 times a charm. So I could say what draw me to it is that I've been on YouTube so long that I'm natural and confident in being myself. And I know I got personality. Like, you're supposed to know that that your personality shines. You're supposed to know why people flock to you. You're supposed to know these things. And is it wrong to know that you got a shining personality? I think not. So where do you market that? You market that in reality TV, where real people is doing real, like they're being themselves. It's not scripted.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely can dig that, man. And you know what I mean, me personally, man, like, you know what I mean, I think it's, you know what I mean, super dope and fortunate for me, you know what I mean, to be a fan of the content of your channel, and you actually, you know what I mean, being on this show that was actually here. So being that, you know what I mean, being able to like to, you know what I mean, to have a conversation with you in a way that, you know what I mean, that's suitable for the content on your channel, but about, you know what I mean, an experience in my town. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool for starters, man. So man, before we get into the show, man, like overall, like what's your take, man? We kind of went over a little bit on the last project that we did, man, but like Greenville, North Carolina, man, 252, man. Like, how was your experience?
Uh, I can say that, like, as a participant, like, we supposed to stay in the room and stuff. Like, they want to keep us in the room as like hostages until it's time to be in that thing. But reality says, hey, I can't. I'm gonna go stir crazy. Period. That's what reality say.
Right.
So I can say that I was in 3 different locations in Greenville, and from that, I got to see between that and the food in Greenville. I got to see a little bit. I ain't gonna talk to that many people like that, but I got to see a little bit. And I'm gonna say that I've traveled a lot already, so I done seen some country towns and things.
Right.
And I gotta say, Greenville was country. It was country compared to what I knew. But at the same time, you still got you a DD's. Not saying that I shop there. No, I shop at DD's. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. But they got DD's. They got all the stores that we got pretty much in Greenville and more. And the food in Greenville. Ah, man, I think I put on at least a good 10 pounds. I think I put on at least 10 pounds, man. I'm telling you, because I was trying to eat everything and every place at Greenville. As long as they had a Google and you was Google, not Google, but the DoorDash with the everything that was in a suitable distance.
Oh man. So you know, now that, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, the show was already aired or whatever. So you know what I mean, certain things you can speak on. As far as like the hotels that you were at, like, could you kind of, you know what I mean, give us a list so my audience, you know what I mean, have a better understanding of like the parts of town that you were able to see?
Uh, I was able to see the area across the street from that hospital, that big ass hospital that I heard like used to be something and then it turned to something else. You could probably tell me more about it, but
Oh yeah,
it's a
ECU Health, ECU Health. That's the
yes.
name of the hospital now.
What
So
I rem- what
the
go
Marriott,
ahead. The Marriott,
I
yes.
think that's the name of that hotel over there. Okay.
So one thing I can say about that hospital is that motherfucker kept a helicopter coming in and out, in and out. And so from talking to like some of the other guests in the hotel, like I guess that hospital services a big area, so they constantly flying people in and flying them out.
You remember, not to get off track, but you remember in the last project we did, how I was kind of telling you like how, you know, Greenville is like, you know, the heart of Pitt County or whatever, and Pitt County is like the heart of the whole eastern North Carolina or whatever. So like anything dealing with this whole side of the state, like
Yeah,
they look at Greenville as like the top town, the top city in this whole like side of the state. So like the people were telling you, like all them helicopters that were coming in, like airlifting patients, whatever. Like, to be totally honest, bro, like not even half of them were probably were from Greenville. Actually, like it's other surrounding towns, and believe it or not, a couple people from these prisons that of these prisoners that I be interviewing, like a couple people from some prisons been airlifted to that same hospital. So like it
Yeah,
gets a large part of the state. So like yeah, yeah. So you definitely got to see a little bit of how the town work or whatever. So
I got to see the college too. I remember passing by the college.
okay,
Uh, and what's that? What is that road? What's the road that I was in another location and there was a cheddar burger on that road? Was it Memorial?
yeah, Memorial.
Memorial, yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
Memorial.
that's down towards the south end.
Yeah,
That's South Memorial, where that Cheddar's were. So let me ask you this, man. So okay, you say you were near that Cheddar's or whatever. So like, were you in either one of those hotels over there? Because like, those hotels over there kind of, what I mean, a little dicey.
man. I was in a hotel called the Beaumont Suites.
Man,
Drops drops
come on,
drops the mic.
out the mic. Come on, man.
Drops the mic.
Yo, hey. So what they want? So what they want you to be in jail before you go to jail? Like what was that part of their
Hey,
planning, man? To
hey,
send you out
hey,
there, man?
listen. I'm gonna tell you, by being there, I knew what my cover story was now gonna be. I knew what my cover story was now gonna be because the other one wasn't flying. I'll be able to talk about that at a different time. But that
Oh yeah,
hotel right there, man, I'm
yeah.
telling you, look, I got a partner to be named later that told me about something that happened at this hotel. Come to find out, I'm walking down the stairs and I'm looking and I see this room that got big ass cardboard. I mean plywood all over the window. Like, but if you walking fast, you'll miss it. You'll miss that there was even a room on the other side of this plywood. Come to find out, somebody got set up and killed in this room, and it ain't been open since. And this
And
is
that's where
where
they
I'm
got
at.
you.
This is where I'm at. But I took that opportunity though to try to familiarize myself with the city because I wanted to know like the slang. I wanted to meet people. You learn stuff because I'm about to go to jail. I'm going to.
Yeah,
They are sending me to Yale.
yeah.
So so I need to know everything that's going on with this place. I want to know about the gangs and all type of stuff before I go in and do this time. There might be some level 4 killers up in there. I might say the wrong thing, so I need to know like who, what, when, where.
I heard that. So were you able to like to get any what I mean, good information like if what I mean, if it is gangs, I mean, I know it's gangs around here, but like as far as like, what I mean, in details compared to like your type of the lingo that you used to or, things like that.
Uh, from talking to people outside before I went in, nah, I really didn't gather nothing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I figure, like when it comes to that, I can face it head on as long as I know who I am as a person. Like a lot of these people that been on the show before, they probably hadn't had no background like I have, nothing even close. And most of my life, I didn't face shit head on, so I just figure I'll face it like that.
Speaking of your background, man, probably something that I should have asked a little earlier, man. But I think this is a good time to ask it, man. So like during your bid, your incarceration, that you was that you did in your intro to the show or whatever. So like during that time, man, like all the knowledge and research that I did on California Department of Corrections, all the politics that goes with that. So like you in particular, man, like did you yourself run with any particular car? And for people over here on the East Coast and especially where I'm from, like the term car, that's like a collective. But I'm gonna let you better explain that if you will.
Yeah, like first of all, there's a difference between a gang member and a gang banger. Let's get that straight. Like the difference is a gang banger is out there banging. He putting it down for his crown and everything else. A gang member is somebody that pretty much served his term, and if it came down to it, he's still that. But he living his life now. But that was a big part of his life at one point. That's a gang member. Now it then shifted, but you will always be that. So a gang banger though is somebody that they live to put in work. They live to go cause disruption. Like they live. That's what protecting their hood is. What fuels and motivates them. That's a gang banger. So I say that coming to, I mean, explaining to somebody from North Carolina, I would say that I heard the term. I hear the term five a lot. Like what's five? What do y'all? What do you think when you hear five?
Blood, red, South Greenville. Shout out to South Greenville too. But that's what come to my mind when I hear it. You know what I
If
mean?
I go
Like,
if I go to one of my young homies and say you with the five, they're gonna be what's that? A sack of weed or something? Like what's
but
a five?
they more so I put it like this, bro. They more so use it like the way that y'all say cuz and blood when addressing you know what I mean, fellow homies, whatever. That's how they use five.
Yeah, but at the same time, out here, if you say five, ain't nobody gonna know what you mean. Like it's probably big in the south, big in the north, but
Yeah,
I mean, in the north up there, but out here in the west, nah. I would like to think it's as simple as five letters of the word blood, BLOOD. I would like to think it's five letters, but ultimately, that's just not something not something that we adopted on the west. So, out being out there though, I can't really talk about that yet. But being out there though, I definitely seen a difference. I definitely seen a difference.
yeah, it definitely is you know what I mean, a big difference or whatever. But just like I heard plenty of people say this, man, like, you know what I mean, it's real and it's fake everywhere. You know what I mean? Here, there, everywhere.
Definitely, definitely.
So the same way somebody from here can go out there and say the wrong thing and not make it back, the same thing could happen to somebody from out there, come here, say the wrong thing and not make it back.
Hell yeah, that's why you gotta do your homework and come in peace.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
What's
So
the name of that? I was at a Super 8. I was at a Super 8 with a little gas station next to it. You happen to know that by the Waffle House?
uh that's a what's that? That's a handy mark, I want to say.
Handy Mart.
Yeah.
Now that Handy Mart right there, that's probably the only one in Green. Is that the only one in Greenville?
Nah, it's like 17 more.
It's 17 Handy Marts.
It's like, nah, I was stretching it. Nah, but it's a gang of them though. It's a gang of them.
Dang.
So look, man, this one thing that I definitely want the last you know what I mean, before jail question, man, that I definitely got to take time to get in here, man. Being that you from California, man, like you definitely a marijuana consumer. You know what I mean, medicinal card holder, everything before your state even became recreational. So to you, you know what I mean, like you not using it just for recreational, like you getting medicinal you know what I mean, advantages from it also. So with that being said, man, being away from your state where you can just walk right in and and just buy some weed with a receipt versus being out here where you got to have all type of containers, and but being out here it ain't legal. I put it that way. So how did you adjust, man? And I think I heard you mention one of the stores out here, one of our like we got some like CBD type stores out here, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember I was on, I think that's still Memorial. The street that the hospital, that street, if you walk up to the light and you pass the Kentucky Fried Chicken and the Taco Bell and there's a
Yeah.
smoke shop right on the corner, that's still Memorial?
That's well, that's turning into Man, that's actually turned into three different streets at the same time, man. That's a little bit of that's a little bit of Statensburg. That's a little bit of Farmer Boulevard. That's a little bit of 10th Street. But I know the exact corner that you're
That
talking about.
motherfucker,
It's right on Memorial.
it is hella restaurants right there.
Yeah.
But I went to the smoke shop, right? And I need me some blunts or whatever. I go to the smoke shop. They got some stuff look like weed. At least I thought it was weed. Shit, it looked like it. But man, I was here must have got that shit. First of all, they tried to short me and told me it's supposed to be Delta 8. There's no cannabis in it whatsoever. So first off, that motherfucker shit was show. I'm from California. I smoke weed. Like I smoke weed. Like no man, they had to go. They was trying to eyeball me a gram and gave me a 0.5. And what I noticed about the weed out there is it was real kind of sticky and shit. It was like it didn't feel like weed like that, but just the feeling of putting it in a blunt and blowing it was good enough for me. And I could say that I tasted, some of the weed that y'all have to offer out there. And I hate to say it's different. The high is damn near different because it's like smoking something that's gonna get you there, but drop you off before you get there in comparison to California weed. Like it's like waiting for something that ain't coming. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Greenville.
Hey, look, homie, you ain't got to apologize, man, because for somebody that's been to California, man, and had everything, experienced everything California got to offer, man. I definitely can second that, man. It seemed like out there, man, like it just to me, man, like it just seemed like it's just grown with love. You know what I mean? That's the best way to explain the difference. But the way you said it, man, was yeah, man. Like it's taking you there where you trying to get at, but damn if it ain't saying get out. You ain't got no gas money, get out. Hey, you can walk from right here. You can walk from
you gonna go to sleep waiting for the high to come.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I like the way you put that, man, because that's definitely the real deal, man. That's definitely the real deal. So look, man. So how was that whole Delta 8 experience, man? Because me being here, man, like and seeing these smoke shops pop up over the last 5-6 years or whatever, like I ain't never tried none of that, man. Because for one, I actually been out there and know what they trying to be. You know what I mean? So when I see it, it ain't blowing my mind like what I mean. People that ain't
man. Look, I went to the smoke shop across the street from Cheddar's. It's kind of at an angle, but it was kind of a newish looking smoke shop by Cheddar's next to like a barber shop, next to I want to say that's Chili's or some restaurant next to the Beaumont.
What's up? It's
Red Lobster. Red Lobster.
Yeah, it's a Red Lobster.
Yeah,
next to it, and then Cheddar's a little further down on the opposite
okay.
side of the street.
Okay, this smoke shop is on the other side of Red Lobster, and next to a barbershop and shit. That month, I went in there, right? I was like, man, look, I need to get there, and let me see your gummies, your affordable gummies, and it gave me one, right? It was a little gumdrop. Little bitty gumdrop. I'm telling you. I'm thinking it's nothing because I'm used to eating peach rings and bears and gummy worms and stuff. So I eat this little bitty gumdrop. Man, when that motherfucker hit me, I was scared. Like I ain't never had smoke no weed and got scared. That motherfucker, I'm already at the Beaumont. I done heard some bad shit already.
Yo.
Man, that motherfucking Delta 8 kicked in. Man, I started having heart palpitations. I felt like somebody was sitting on me. I kept thinking somebody was gonna kick in the door. I was paranoid on 10 fucking with that shit. And I'm from the West. We don't have no Delta 8 gummies. We don't have none of that shit.
Oh man, I don't even fly Delta.
Nah, you get the real. So I'm thinking, I'm coming in the door like I'm this big bad California. I eat your gummies and all that shit. Man, that motherfucker put me on my pockets until I said never again. No more Delta 8 gummies. So then what happened is I looked at the back of the wrapper, and that motherfucker said 4 serving size. That little ass gummy was supposed to be cut in 4. I ate the whole thing. That's why I got fucked up. That's why I got fucked up.
Oh man, yo, homie. I hate that you had to experience that because, like I said, man, I ain't never tried that Delta stuff, man. But damn, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy that you went through that, man, and being in that spot. You know what I mean? Where you already, you know what I mean, halfway paranoid anyway, man. So let me ask you this, homie. So like going through that, man, because like you know what I mean, that could have been kind of traumatic. You know what I mean, depending on how you looked at it. So
what you mean could have? It was.
hey, look,
it was.
So how long was it in between like that ordeal and actually like you know what I mean going to the jail or whatever and like is it cool to like to talk about like that process or whatever like we done seen that on TV like even before this episode.
I can't really talk about that yet.
All right, well that's definitely cool, man. So look, so let's get straight into it, man. Like you know what I mean, me personally, man, like I said, man, and I definitely want my viewers, man, to definitely be able to connect the dots, man, and understand why, you know, this is a big deal, man. But like being somebody, man, that, you know, survive, you know what I mean, you know, Sacramento County, the juvenile, being on maximum security, you know what I mean, surviving that. And then, you know, doing all this time in prison, you know what I mean, on the level 4 yard and on the level 3 yard, being involved in, you know what I mean, different riots, you know what I mean, with, you know what I mean, not only riots with other races, but like riots, you know what I mean, within the
I done been in hella riots.
Yeah, just off some gang politics, whatever. So like
I've been in riots I didn't even want to be in.
Definitely, man.
The worst ones, the ones where you ain't got no choice.
And I remember, man, on one of your on one of your videos on your channel, man, like if you could, man, like I don't really want you to talk about, you know what I mean, give away the whole video or whatever, but if you could just kind of touch on it, man. But I remember in one of your videos, man, like I think it was a video with Big Hurt. Shout out to Big Hurt 916. All the Sacramento winning. But you had said something to him, man, about like you was in a prison riot. You was just stabbing people, like you know what I mean, and somehow you called it you stabbed a Christian or whatever. But I remember you said you prayed afterwards or whatever in the video.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that because you kind of left me. I was like, damn, you just gonna make me the villain. Nah, man, it's more to that, man. It was a riot involving 2 political groups, Bloods and Crips. But when it's on, it's on. Like in prison, like I said, riots, you ain't got no choice. When it's on, it's on. And my knife went to work. It went to work to the point where I was just, I first of all, I asked God for forgiveness, like you said. Like that's a different dirt. But I was trying to flatline some stuff that day, and there was a guy. There was a guy proned out on the ground, kind of like by me. All I knew was he wasn't the homie. He wasn't the homie. So, and I figure if you're a civilian and you see it going down between blacks, you're going to get the hell out the way. So there's no reason for you to be right here. And sure enough, I must have crawled over there and must have right in his face. But I didn't know he was a Christian then. I didn't know. But I was on the ground show, Bo. You know, I'm young. I'm real. This real life young dirt.
Right.
And I'm bragging. I stabbed that motherfucker. I'm like, oh yeah. They put, you know how the gurney pops up. They put you on the gurney down low. That motherfucker fat. I'm like, yeah, I stabbed this bitch ass too. And everybody was like a drop the mic moment. Everybody looked at me like, blood, you stabbed a Christian?
It ain't funny, but it's funny. So look, I gotta ask you this, man, because look, I've been watching a lot of your content and other, prison, videos that, that you help, you help this movement or whatever. So in the videos that I watch, man, and I'm just asking, man, like I believe what you said, but I'm just asking. But the videos that I watch, man, they say, these Christian, man, these Bible pushers or whatever, man, like they be out there on the yard with the Bible in their hand. So dude ain't had no Bible in his hand.
Nah, not
That's
even not close. He was just trying to shoot some hoops. You know, we going. You know, us hoodlums, we going to ball. You going to the yard, I'm going to the yard to ball. But
right.
not this day. He went out there to shoot a couple baskets, as a nice person would say.
Right, right. So look, man. Hey, yo, I appreciate you definitely sharing that, man. And for all my viewers, man, definitely check out his channel, man. Dirty Brother 916, man. You can get the rest of this story and more, man. And just see, you can connect the dots yourself, man, and see why it's such a big deal for him to be on this show and in this town and in this jail that's in the background, man. So if you could, homie, how was your experience in PCDC on New Hope Road, aka No Hope Road?
I would say that you would have to watch. You have to tune in. You have to watch. That's all I can say about the experience in there at this moment. But I
Right.
promise you, I can say overall, I hope that I made a difference in your county. Like real shit, all bullshit aside. Like I hope that my presence in y'all county jail makes a difference for everybody that is unfortunate to make a mistake and end up in PCDC.
Hey, I definitely appreciate that, man. I definitely, I like the way you put that, man. So I know that it's certain things that you can't talk about as far as like, in the actual facts of the things that were on the show. But like, as far as from a former, I ain't gonna really, I know it's a difference between, inmate and convict, and I really don't want to, call you an inmate because it seems kind of like disrespectful from what I learned.
Nah, man.
Being a former,
There is a difference, though. There is a difference. Inmate, prisoner, and convict. It's a difference.
all right. So I put it this way. So being an ex-prisoner, being somebody that was incarcerated and went through X, Y, and Z like you just laid out. Like, did you get a vibe that some of the people that you were around like could have been like potentially on that level? Like, I'm trying to find the best way to kind of ask like the type of vibe.
It's in your county.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the vibe that you had.
Uh, nah. I kind of gotta say like I didn't get that vibe. Like I got the vibe like I'm in a completely different world. And ain't nothing that they say is gonna register with me, and ain't nothing I say gonna register with them, other than something like the Beaumont. Other than that, like we ain't got nothing in common. We ain't got locations in common. We got some food that I ate in the town in common, but for the most part, nah, it's way different. Because I promise you, anybody pushing up in any jail system that's from California, it's a different experience if you push up in the county system and you say I'm from Idaho. When you
Right.
say you from California, and this ain't even just jail, this is just in general. When you say you from California, there's a whole stigma that comes with that because that's the land. How people on in the them third world countries look at the United States as the home of the free or the home of the brave or whatever they look at it. They just know it's the home of the free. Well, people that's already here in the home of the free look at California like the home of opportunity and wealth and growth and the best weed. Like California already has a stereotype, no matter where you go.
Definitely. That's all facts. That's all facts. Definitely is, man. So I'm trying to figure out, you know what I mean, the best way, you know what I mean, to get around some of the things that I want to know about your experience. But I definitely know, man, like, you know what I mean, certain things haven't been aired yet or whatever. But, you know, one thing that I did see air, man, it was kind of like a little snippet, man. It looked like y'all was on like the little rec yard or whatever. And like, dude was like, is that camera following you or whatever? So like, is that something that, you know what I mean, that all the participants kind of went through, or was that like only you went through that?
No, actually, that was the white boy that where they said there's a microphone in his cell.
Yeah, I seen that part, but
Yeah, like
remember
the
it was
snippet
you.
of
You were
me
walking
me
outside.
walking around.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can't really speak on the other participants on and what they did on. I can't really speak on that. I just know that yes, it is a mini yard there, and that you can go outside whenever you want. But I can't really go into like that part though.
oh yeah, I definitely can understand that. Hold on for a second, dirty weather. Hold
All y'all from Greenville, make sure you check out this boy channel, man. And we going actually we going light with it because we know some stuff that really had changed the whole circumference, but we actually being nice with it right now.
Hey, look, man. Hey, I thought I heard a knock at the door, man. I thought that was the damn producers, man. I thought we were giving away too much game right then, man. But we
Hell
definitely
no,
good, man.
hell, hell.
I'm gonna keep it light, man. I'm gonna keep it light. I see what time it is, man.
Hey, look, hell, they ain't gonna knock. They just gonna kick it in.
Damn sure is. But hey, if they ain't long, I ain't even gonna get into that. You know what I mean? I
Hey,
ain't trying
look,
to be a participant on the show.
hey, look.
Involuntary
You don't
participant.
want no problems with blank and blank,
And I
A
just
and blank. You know, like they done stuff that I shit. I respect them. My bad. If I've done anything wrong, I'm sorry. That's all I can
I'm
say.
definitely not trying to be nowhere near PCDC, man. Definitely. So, like, I know that you got a good experience of, you know what I mean, a good feel for the jail. But, you know, I kind of want to, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, to just go over again, like, why this jail is kind of notorious, man. Like, basically the same way I explained
Pitt County
how
don't
stability,
care. Pitt County
what
don't
kind of
care.
jail is.
That's what I was the first thing I was told. Pitt County don't care. That's the first thing I was told that set the tone for what I was about to go through in there.
Would you agree from your experience?
Pitt County don't care.
I heard that. So hey, so look, so y'all got it from somebody that he been to a level 4 yard. So you know what I mean? Like
But no shade. Like I believe, like I could talk about stuff that has happened, and what they have shed light on is Miss Paula Dance, and I want to say that I respect her. Like I hated even having to matter of fact, I hated having to even say anything negative toward her.
right.
Like they brought 60 days in to y'all county, and it's like they really didn't need us to be honest with you when they showed like the inside the scenes. They really didn't need the participants. Like they already knew like y'all county jail was fucked up. Like they already knew.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. Like a lot of people I've been talking to lately, man. Like they think that you know what I mean that this whole movement of having a show here, you know what I mean, is just to you know what I mean get more people talking about Pitt County, get more people talking about Greenville, and I done told you who run Greenville, which runs Pitt County, which runs the whole eastern North Carolina. So
Yeah, y'all like a heartbeat.
I'm buying into that. I'm buying into that. That somehow, some way, this show being in Greenville.
Listen, I've never heard of Pitt County ever. If you say Pitt, I'm thinking of a college named Pitt or Pittsburgh, California, Pittsburgh, the state. I've never heard of Pitt County.
Well,
So the exposure that Pitt County is now getting, hell yeah, man, that's a mwah. Because I believe that I believe Greenville could use that exposure. Like people should be proud of being from Greenville. But now I believe that there's a lot of opportunities that should come from this show and people knowing where y'all at on the map.
exactly. And speaking of the map, and speaking of this map that's behind me, man, this is all of Pitt County. But like I stated at the beginning, man, I'm from the northern part, man, but this definitely is putting a big major spotlight on this whole area, man. So just remember who brought it to you first, man. Just who remember who been had their hands tied in to anything on the West Coast, man. I've been locked in with guys from the West, man. So
But who was the first person you was locked in? Nah, man, I be feeling like you robbing me when you talk about all these people that you met after me.
Nah, man, nah. The first person I interacted with from California was you. And they just
That's what I'm saying, man. Motherfuckers don't want to give me my flowers, man. Give my flowers.
I give it to you, man. It's just look like everything that happened, man. Like you gotta look at it, man. Like it looked like it's kind of meant to be, man. Like you the first dude from California that I got on my channel or
watch this.
YouTube channel. I just interacted with.
Watch this though, How many years ago though?
Right before COVID. What, 2019?
2019. So in 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. That 4 going on 5 years.
Right.
So that's a lot. So you didn't just meet me over a bowl of noodles.
Yeah.
It would behoove you to do an interview with me and not be able to say that you've known me that long, because that adds to the odds of what the fuck would 60 days in and I'm on it in your town. What's the odds of that?
I told you I'm the reason that they came, man. Like the producers didn't really, I really wasn't in the board meeting or whatever, but somehow, some way, man, they caught wind of one of my videos that I did, man. I realized, man, that man, this guy got people all out there, man, tuning in, watching this stuff too. So that might be the reason, man. But hey, man, like I definitely appreciate them flowers right back. So but you definitely have been, nothing but an inspiration and motivation, behind this whole movement that I got, man. So you being here and getting an experience of the town, and the way I look at it, man, like you got an experience of the town, the good and the bad, but at least the bad won't that bad, because
you know what I did. You know what I did experience?
Talk to me.
Hook and reel.
I remember you said something about that.
I remember. You don't eat you don't eat seafood. And but in Greenville, y'all got a restaurant called Hook and Reel. That's where I was getting my king crab from when I was eating out there. Like it was coming in the bag with the potato and the corn, and I'm telling you, it was like steak, seafood steak.
Hey, I hear a lot of people around here like it, man. So I definitely believe you. I'm definitely gonna have to take your word for it, because like you said, I can't mess with it. But one thing that I almost forgot to ask, man, and it's definitely a major question. It's definitely important, man. So like you said, man, you laid out the difference between a gang member and a gang banger. So
did you want me to lay out the difference between a prisoner and a convict too?
Oh no, I can find that somewhere else, man. I think I already know, man. I think most of my viewers they should know, that by now too. But being that you said there is a difference, man, and being that you are, someone that's I ain't gonna necessarily say a seasoned convict or whatever, because like you know what I mean, you in the free world or whatever, but like you know your way around the penitentiary and the politics and everything like that. So with being on a show like this, bro, like a show that's, like when the show first came on, like it tell you what the show is designed for, like to find out information that's going on inside of jail,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I did hear you say that, the show really don't need y'all because like, how the people in there getting down. So, but I kind of want to know, like being, somebody with your background, somebody with your stature, like, was it any type of backlash, like from the people where you from, like the people that, you know what I mean, that you jumped on?
Okay. So what I'll say first off is that it depends on the person's background who's watching, because it's interpretation. If they think about it in that clip, Paula Dan said, the inmates are going inside to find problems inside the jail. She didn't say go in there and tell on nobody. She said go in there and find problems inside the jail. That's it. That's the whole that covers a lot. But it's interpretation. Problems in jail is the treatment of the inmates, the food, the conditions. Them is problems. That's somebody like me. I'm your man. But if you talking about problems with somebody smuggling in drugs and doing like, I ain't your man for that. I'm not the guy for that.
Right.
So I would say that the backlash comes from those that have the wrong interpretation, and but I say that I fully understand the sins of the participants from the past. And when I say sins, I'm talking about sins in this book of this code that seems to be rewritten and rewritten constantly. Like common sense says, thou shalt not snitch. Common sense says that. All right, well, shit, I know common sense. What else? What else y'all want me to do? All right, well, that's it. Shit, I've been doing that my whole life. Let's go. So the backlash, it ain't gonna be nothing. It ain't gonna be hard than that at all. Really, most people are proud of me, but you got some people that have the wrong interpretation, and they're gonna try to knock me down or do whatever they can. Not knock me down like kill me, but I'm saying get inside my head and try to fuck me up from what my goal is by trying to insinuate that I went on the show and did this and the show ain't even aired. That's the part that gets me. People be saying shit and the show, my part ain't even aired yet, but it's about to. And I'm gonna tell y'all, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath because you're gonna die waiting on me to do something out of pocket. Don't hold your breath.
Hey, I heard that, man. Shout out to Dirty Weather 916, man. Definitely, man. I definitely want to, you know what I mean? To give you an opportunity, man, like to you know what I mean, to express how you feel about that, man, because like I'm pretty sure, being, like not even being, not even your background alone, but like just being a popular YouTuber, like, you know what I mean, something like that will come up, man. So like I'm definitely glad that you had a chance to you know what I mean, that you went ahead and cleared that up, man.
I've never felt famous. Just remember that. I've never felt famous.
You getting close to it, man.
There's a lady, a girl named what was her name? Emily. She had that song, "Promise Me If You Want, If You'll Never Know." You know, Lumity, I think.
Lumi D.
But Lumity, her
Yeah.
album was called "Almost Famous." That's what's ringing in my head. Almost, but till then, until my budget reflects famous. Right now, my budget is reflecting regular competitor. So I may never know when I get to that point, but I'm gonna keep on pushing. Though I bet you that, and I'm the type of person that you can attest to this because you know me for years. I'm gonna be like, now for my next feat.
Hey, I'm gonna be locked in and tuned all the way in.
Yeah, man. I always try to put on a good show, man. Always.
Show, man. Hey, look, man. I think this been a not to cut you off, man. But I mean, I think this definitely been a super dope project, man. So like, Yo, man, hey, man, the whole experience, man, of knowing that a real live California dude is in Greenville doing Greenville things. You know what I mean? Like I'm in California, you know what I mean? So like that's cool knowing that. So like
Hey, look. If I ever come back to Greenville, I'm going straight to Cheddar Burgers. I know that's regular stuff for y'all, but that Cheddar Burger, I think it was the Cheddar Burger with the bacon. Oh, I
on your
miss it
mind.
already. I miss it
That's what it
already.
is. Hey, come back, man. Come back. And you know, on your next trip, we're gonna leave PCDC out of it. You feel me? So we keep this
I hope weed is legal. I hope weed is legal when I come back there.
I got a funny feeling I'll be living in California before that happens. So we
Damn.
just gonna keep it like that. But yo, man, definitely appreciate you, man. Shout out to the whole team, man. Shout out to the missus, man. Shoot, man, I'm praying for your city just like I know you praying for mine. So yeah, shout out to all the guys up there that I've been able to work with, man. Definitely shout out to the homie G Way, everything that he been going through lately or whatever. So
Oh, I got some news to tell you about G-Way. I gotta tell you off camera though. That's crazy.
all right. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is, man. So look, so I hope y'all definitely enjoyed this, man. So yeah, man, 60 days in Greenville, PCDC, man. I got the homie Clydell up here, man. A participant, man. If I ain't the
Yeah.
voice of the North, man, we
So
ain't
check
loud
me
enough.
out.
So
I'm on Instagram. See now I done changed all my profiles that they all mostly got Clydell. But I'm on Instagram as Dirty Weather, TikTok is Dirty Weather, Twitter, Dirty Weather, and YouTube Dirty Weather. All you gotta do is put Dirty Weather and it's gonna pop up. Dirty Weather on SoundCloud, Dirty Weather on Reverb Nation for you music heads. Yeah, I got music out there too.
definitely what it is, man.
If I think hard enough, it's some more stuff out there. But I've been out there in the universe. I've been branding. So hit me up. Hit me up for any business opportunities. The interviews is gonna be cracking because the way I'm gonna do it, and this is for you too, If you know if we're able to agree to terms, then I'm gonna interview on your channel every week after the episode. Every week.
Yeah,
So next week after
yeah.
the episode, we're gonna have another interview.
Hey, look, I didn't even have to say it, man, because I look, yeah, I already was thinking that, man. I just ain't pressed send on the text yet, but that's already was the goal, man. So that's how we
All
rock
good.
it, man. So I
It's
definitely appreciate you for doing this, man. And yeah, man, keep winning, man. Keep winning, man. Keep grinding, man. And yo, you be on another show soon, man. So we
please believe
definitely
it.
see you. I'm talking
Please
about we
believe it.
definitely see you on the big screen somewhere else. So
For sure.
I'm gonna wrap things up, man. This been another edition of More to Live For, man. An exclusive 60 Days In participant interview, man. Hope y'all enjoy this, man. Please like this video, comment on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share this video with others, man. And yeah, check out these videos, man. Some good content on this channel, man. You definitely see somebody you know. Hands
Shout
down.
out, shout out Greenville, man. I enjoyed my time out there. I made sure I got me hella Newports and hella backwoods because they ain't selling them out here in Sac where I'm from in Sacramento, California. Like you can't find no real Newports and no flavored backwoods. Like that's out. So I made sure I grabbed me hella of the motherfuckers in Greenville.
Damn, that's what it is, man. So yo, once again, man, hey, that just goes to show you, man. California dude talking about Greenville Arab stores, man. So
Y'all
you know
got
who
a
brought it to you first, man.
y'all had a drive-through smoke shop.
5 of them.
Drive-through smoke shops. They don't have them. I ain't never in my life seen
5 of them.
a drive-through smoke shop.
I could do you one better, man. Out of them 5, I want to say 3 of them 24 hours.
24-hour drive-through smoke shop. All
Yep.
right. Let me get a pack of backwoods, 2 pack of Newports, and a 40. 12 o'clock.
He gonna say, "All right,
And you
my
gotta
friend,
get
have
out
a
your
good night."
car.
That's exactly what he gonna say. So look, hey, I definitely appreciate you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up, man. Subscribe to the channel if you do, man. Share this video with a friend and another friend and another friend after that, man. I am the
That's
voice
right,
of
man.
the North, man. 252 Greenville, man, Pitt County, man. We did it, man. Look at us now, man. We on the big screen, man. So peace and blessings, man, to everybody that's watching, man. That's new to the channel, man. Go and hit that subscribe button. We out.
Look.